I decided to make another review video on this IBM Thinkpad A31 laptop computer. Again, it's not mine, and the owner of this laptop is planning on selling it. And I said, well, if you're going to sell it, you let me know, but it depends. Like, if you're going to sell it for a high price, well, I'm not going to buy it, but if you sell it for like 50 bucks, I'll probably buy it from you. You know, I can't buy things over 100 or 70 or 80. As long as it's in the 50s or 40s area, I could buy it. Or, I should say that again, 40s or 50s area. The owner did say that the battery in this laptop is very bad and it doesn't work. Well, the battery works very, very well. I'm using the Toshiba Satellite M60's laptop charger. The M60's right there. That's another customer's computer I'm dealing with. I'll make a video about that later on. So if I unplug it, look at that. Green battery light, everything's working. So I'm going to plug it back in because I want it to have a full charge. Wow, hard to believe a power brick that's not even designed for this laptop actually works and gives out the right voltage. There's a few things wrong with this laptop. One, there's no working drivers on it. So, number one, the display driver. Look how messed up that is. So terrible. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I have a serious cold going on. This is the second one I've gotten this month. But this laptop has fairly nice colors on it. It has 16-bit medium, 24-bit high, and 32-bit highest. That's pretty good. The screen resolution goes from 800 by 600 to 1024 by 768 pixels. So on default monitor, which is this, and there's no display adapter, so I have to go to Lenovo.com and download the driver for it. Okay, there we go, like this, the zoom style. This laptop has a couple issues on it. So I've already explained that it has a driver issue. It shows that there's a sound driver installed, but I don't hear the ding 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 when I'm pressing the volume control button. It's not on mute. Oh, there we go. Ah, so that's what was wrong. These IBM speaker controls work. I didn't know that. Huh. I almost had to go on the internet and download the sound driver, although it doesn't need it. That's awesome. But I do need to get a display driver for it. There's another flaw on this computer, and this is something that we humans use every single day on computers, and that is USB ports. This thing has two 2.0 USB ports. They're both broken. The bottom one doesn't even look like a USB port. It's so mangled and the prongs are all bent. The top one looks fairly fine, but nothing happens when you plug in a device. The bottom one, if you were to hook something up, you'll short out the laptop. One of the prongs in here was touching the upper USB port, like the metal plate on the bottom, and every time when you were to plug in a device on the top port, it would also short out. So I had to take the battery out and take this plug out, and I had to put a screwdriver in there and bend the prong down so that way it wasn't making contact with the metal plate. So whenever I plug in an iPod now, it still doesn't work. But the USB port is giving power, it just charges the iPod. So I'm going to open the screen. Oh jeez, this cold is so brutal, I can't stand it. Oh, that's just lovely. I almost killed a USB device yesterday. So I'm going to plug it in. Nothing's happening. My computer, nothing. View system information, hardware, device manager. It says unknown device, but that isn't a USB device. If I scroll to the very bottom, I'll have to do that again. It says Universal Serial Bus Controllers, which stands for USB as well. And whenever you plug in a USB device, it would show up in this area. And if a device is unknown, it will say unknown device right there. And it will have the USB symbol right there. Well, there's no USB device indicated in here. And this unknown device isn't even a USB device. It is a on Microsoft ACPI compliant embedded controller. So that has nothing to do with USB. Network controller, it says it's having a problem with the network, but there's already a network adapter installed. Intel R Pro/100VE network connection. The network connection symbols right there. So it seems to be having a problem finding devices on here that already work. So network controller doesn't have a problem, it works. Video controller needs to be fixed though, because we all hate this, the constant lagging. So yeah, there's no USB device plugged in. I had to contact the person I gave the Netgear wireless stick to and ask if I could borrow it. I put the CD inside to install the device, and it says insert the wireless USB adapter into your computer. Click next to continue. So I plugged the USB device in, click next, nothing happens. It doesn't even say found new hardware or anything. But as you can see, it says it's charging, and the USB ports on this computer are 2.0s, so I don't know why they're not functioning properly. Well, I know why the bottom one isn't working, but I don't know why the top one isn't. So anyway, while I was unplugging the Netgear wireless stick, a big spark just popped right there. When I unplugged it, how can I describe this? It was a big spark, and then the laptop turned off, of course, and the device smelled like burning microchips, and I thought for a second there I killed a $56 USB wireless stick that doesn't even have warranty on it anymore. I can't take it back and get a new one. My 7-day warranty's up. So thank God it didn't kill the USB stick, and thank God that the laptop didn't get hurt. So I'm gonna have to contact the owner of this laptop and say to him, if you're gonna sell this laptop, I hope you sell it cheap, because I want to buy this computer, because I'm looking for an IBM Thinkpad. I just like how they look. I've been dying to get a laptop with a keyboard light on the top. Yeah, that little light lights up the keyboard so that, or beams light on the keyboard so that way you can see what you're doing. I hope the owner sells this thing for 40 or 50 bucks. If he's gonna sell it for 40, awesome. If he's gonna sell it for 50, oh, okay, whatever. That ain't gonna hurt. So there is some upsides and downsides of this laptop, but seems to be working fine. I'm a little disappointed on the fact that the USB ports don't work. Now here's the big question. How the hell am I going to transfer the display driver onto this computer when I don't even have burnable CDs, USB ports don't work, and it doesn't even have a floppy drive? You know? This side right here, you can pop out this little plastic case and put another CD drive in. It's not designed for floppy drives, apparently. So the A31 isn't even designed for floppy drives. You have to buy a USB external floppy drive if you're going to use it. But yeah, so this laptop is good and it's kind of crappy, but other than that, the screen looks lovely. It's not yellowed. The battery life is excellent, and the speed is also good too. The only thing that this laptop does not have is wireless internet built in. If I want to use the internet, I'm gonna have to buy a Wi-Fi card for the PCMIC ports, which is right on the side. Okay, so I've said enough. I gotta go blow my nose, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that piece of shit Toshiba Satellite M60 laptop, and I'll tell you what's wrong with it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.